A blossoming business in Birmingham's jewellery quarter. This florist was set up 2 years ago, but now it's set to be inside the proposed clean air zone, and its owners are concerned about the future.
My worries are for people who cut through town to get home, and we have a lot of pickups, and we have a lot of customers that phone up and say, oh, can you have something ready for me? I'll pick it up at 3, 4, 5. Another big worry of mine is all our deliveries we have from Holland, the flowers, they come on big trucks, and you know, they're going to have to pay the charge as well.
With a daily charge of £8 for cars and vans and £50 for lorries and coaches, the clean air zone is expected to have an impact on around a quarter of vehicles entering the city centre every day. Those affected include drivers of petrol vehicles over 12 years old and diesels manufactured before 2015. To help lessen the impact of the charges initially, Birmingham City Council has announced a whole range of exemptions and mitigation measures. They include a scrappage scheme to help those living or working within the zone to buy a less polluting car. There are also exemptions to allow companies more time to change their vehicles. The councillor in charge of introducing the clean air zone is hoping that many people will switch to public transport, including buses.
We have to improve it very, very quickly in order to ensure that we get that modal shift, to get people out their cars, getting onto public transport, getting onto the buses, walking and cycling, in order to reduce the number of use of private car, which will ultimately reduce congestion in the city and also reduce the high levels of air pollution we've got in the city.
But it's also emerged that the clean air zone is forecast to raise a staggering £43 million in charges and fines in its first year. Some say it's a licence to print money, but the council disagrees.
So we've made an absolute commitment in public previously, and I'll reiterate that. All the revenue that's generated through the clean air zone will be reinvested into improving public transport and tackling the unsafe levels of air pollution that we have, not just in the city centre, but right across the city of Birmingham.
The city's taxi drivers say they provide a public transport service too, and they want a share of that money to help them become less polluting. While the council has offered help, this taxi driver says it isn't enough.
What I'd like to see happen is that taxi drivers shouldn't be in the charge to work in the city. As in London, the taxi drivers don't pay the charge to work in the city. We need more help towards buying newer vehicles or compliant vehicles and convert the vehicles.
And the BBC has learnt that even the council's own gritting fleet won't escape the charges and will need to be replaced.
So it's really, really important that we upgrade to green and clean vehicles as soon as possible, like any other organisation.
I suppose the key thing, will you get them upgraded by the time the clean air zone comes in? Because, I mean, with gritters out overnight, they could be paying £100 just to grit the roads.
We're very confident that we'll get all our vehicles upgraded on time.
Environmentalists have welcomed the moves towards cleaner air and less pollution, but say more needs to be done.
There are other parts of the city with air pollution problems. I mean, it may not be quite bad enough to be illegal, but there are still problems, and it's still affecting people's health.
The council's expecting pollution levels to fall rapidly once the charge comes in, so much so that the business case even suggests the zone could be removed within 10 years.